me know if you can hear me. Hi, everybody. So I just want to say hi and welcome. It's great to see everybody. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. I'm Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC. I see some familiar names over here. Oh, excellent. Great, great work. Did you guys enjoy the Lunch and Learn with Tanya? I was at Paper Ganza this summer and I got to take a class with her live for the first time. And she is an absolute delight. I love that. So if you haven't met me before, I have a YouTube channel, Sassy's LLC. You can find me at Instagram, on Patreon, and those sorts of things. And I like to make free printable kits for people because I think art should be accessible to everybody. So in my class, if you watched the class, if you had time, we made 2 fun fold cards. So we made this one, and it's got like a little box situation. He'll stand up, but then he also folds flat, and you can stick that right in your A2 envelope, and you can print as my freebie like this sentiment here and these digital papers. And then, oh, there goes my volume. And then we have this fun fold. It's like a little accordion fold, and you can print these sentiment pieces as well. I hope you had fun with that. Oh, hey, hi, Sherry. I find Sherry in all my favorite places, all my favorite like crafty live streams. You know how it goes. Oh, hi, Carlos. One of the first people who started following my channel when it was brand new, leaving all the nicest comments. That is so fantastic. If you guys have questions for me, let me know. But I thought maybe we could talk about upcoming kits. So if you aren't familiar with me, the free kits come out on the first Friday of every month, and those are big kits like the freebie that I'm offering for this summit. So like this thing's huge. It's huge, right? So we have all of like the coordinating paper and ephemera and those sorts of things. And then there's like smaller kits that come out throughout the month. So I just released a little mini like apples themed kit yesterday on Friday, and then I have 1, maybe 2 more coming this week. Sherry's got a question. She says, which Amazon paper do you like the best? I use a matte photo paper, and I'll be honest, I've tested a bunch at this point. A matte photo paper or a presentation paper will do wonders. People ask me all the time what printer I use, and I'll tell you, I mean, it's a Canon Pixma G7020. It's a tank printer, but I don't think the printer is near as important as your paper. So let me show you this page. It is perfectly seamless. Let me see if it will zoom in, right? It's seamless. There's no streaking. There's no splotchiness. It's deep, rich color, and that has to do with the paper. So this one is the Koala brand, and I think it's 47 pound. I think that's what it says, but I'll be honest. You hear that? It feels like a 65, right? So it's thick enough that you're not going to see my glue coming through the paper, which is my biggest pet peeve. I just did all this work and you can see my glue. Though what I learned from Tanya, do I have it? This one, if you're working with a thinner paper, this is a solvent-based glue. So Beacon 3-in-1 or Zip Dry or any of the solvent glues, think like rubber cement, but better. These are less likely to leave that texture of glue underneath your thinner papers because it never gets it wet. So that is, you know, just a little great. Like I've kind of forgotten about that glue from her. If there's any more questions, like I'm happy to answer them. Just go ahead and put them in the chat. Coming up for kits, I definitely have a pirate kit, like mini kit coming up. I could sneak peek something for you. So Tanya is business partners with Karen Burniston, who's like one of my idols. She just makes all the greatest pop-up stuff. And so I'm in the middle of constructing her pirate ship, and we're going to light it up, and we're going to make some custom sentiments to go with that. So I think next month that's coming out. And then I'm always looking for, I don't know, more ideas for kits. I think I want to do a snowman kit. I love a snowman as a stamp because they're so easy to color. And I love, I don't know, anything that's like a quick and easy holiday, right? I always have great ambitions of making tons of elaborate cards to send out. But I don't know about you guys. I work full time, and so that's just not always possible. Are other people hearing an echo? I see one comment about that. I can try to fix it if that's something other people are hearing. All right. Okay. I'm not hearing it, but then again, I turned my sound off. Do I have a Santa kit? Tracy, that is a great question. So I have a bunch of holiday kits. If you go over to my channel at Sassy's LLC, anywhere there's a free kit, right? In that description box will be a link to some playlists. So there's one playlist that's just all of the emergency card kits, so you can find them really easily. But then there's another list that is just for holiday kits. And so I don't have like a dedicated Santa kit, but I have a classic Christmas and a cute Christmas and lots of other kits that have Santa in them. I try to make the basic sentiments sort of free and accessible. I started a Patreon a year ago, so I do have paid membership for some people, and they get bonus pages. So a kit like this that has all of these digital papers and stuff, there's usually like a smaller version of the kit completely free. And then if you really like that sort of digital paper, or you like to be able to print and make all your cards match, or you just like to know that all of your pattern paper is going to coordinate well together, right? Then those like paid membership options sort of open up more possibilities. But I have crafted for decades, and card making is the thing I come back to when like I need a little balance. I need to get out of my head. I need to do something with my hands. So I want to make sure people always have lots of fun inspiration that's really accessible and affordable to them. Great. I have a bunch of people saying there's no echo. Tammy, yeah, we're working full time. So I was talking to my friend Alicia the other day, and we're maybe in a couple of years, I can build this business of mine enough that I can work just this job, because this is my job. This is a passion and a love of mine. But to be able to work just the one job, that would be amazing, and have more time for crafting and making kits for all of you. Also, I am working in the background on building a brand new website for everybody to make that library of free kits easier to browse, easier to find things. So I'm hoping in the new year, I'll be able to launch that. I might drop a few more hints about that later this week. Tammy's asking, is my favorite color purple? Maybe. I would say teal, but I don't wear a lot of teal. I like to wear purple. I don't know. But it is one of my favorite colors for the holidays. So the kit that you have from this summit, I'm going to grab maybe a couple of the cards. Oh, I misplaced one. That's fine. Right? If it sees my face, it's just going to focus on my face. Uh-oh. Trying to pick up something else too. But the kit you have is like purples with pinks and golds, and I love that. I also love purples with like black and gold and just that really stark contrast. I think that's a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments if you are a classic Christmas color purple person, the sort of red and green. I don't know what it is. I mean regularly to use that color combination on holiday cards, and then I grab purple. So it might be purple. It might be purple. Oh, Sandra, she says, I just want to say thank you for your emergency card kits. You're so welcome. Like, this brings me so much joy. If you make stuff with my kids, go ahead and tag me. I'm on Instagram at Sassy's LLC or Facebook. You can tag Sassy's LLC cards, or you can tag Sarah Staroska. And I adore seeing what everybody makes with the kids. I also have over in Patreon, there's a free membership option. And we have like a show and tell chat, so you can share your cards with the whole community and you can see what other people are making using the kits. Coffee Lover says, I love jewel tones and everything. Yes. Yes. I tell you what, I got my colors done with my sister 5 years ago. It's been a while. And I'm a winter. And it was just like permission to use jewel tones all year round for everything. All the ways that I could imagine. Carlos says, I like unusual colors for Christmas. Purple is my favorite. Yes. Yes. I love it. Maybe a little like the purple and black and then a little white glitter paper in there. That's another favorite color combo, or bringing in some blues. It's fantastic. Diane says she's new to this. Are you new to the summit? I love this summit. I love the idea of creating with 5 supplies or fewer, really keeping what you need to replicate the cards to a minimum. I think it's so smart, right? This hobby can get really expensive, and this is a great way to sort of dig through your stash and find new ways to use what you already have. Joyce says she's more classic Christmas. So I challenged myself over the summer for Christmas in July to make a classic Christmas kit. And we did it. And actually, I'm really happy with it. There's like a buffalo plaid in there that I love, and some really great sort of pattern papers that will carry you through all the holidays. I always try in these big kits to have some sort of themed paper that goes with whatever the kit theme is, but then some that you can carry into all of your other card making basic patterns and things like that. Yasmin says, I never thought of using purple for Christmas. I tell you what, it's like 60% of my holiday cards are deeply purple. Can you color cards with colored pencils? You can. I can't. That is not in my wheelhouse. I can use, if I have to color, I use alcohol markers. I use the Ohuhus. So they're pretty affordable. I don't do a ton of coloring because it takes me so long and I have to find my glasses first. But I feel like you can get a decent selection of them for not a ton of money. I like the Honolulu bees because they'll have like the brush tip on one end and then the bullet tip on the other. I don't really use a chisel tip, so that combination works really nicely for me. Sherry says, I really love the blues and teals the most, but classic Christmas is awesome. Yes. So I also love swapping out like a blue for the green and the classic Christmas combination. So you have like a red and a light blue. Really, really a favorite, sort of a retro vibe in there. Or sometimes that blue leans into teal. Oh, Sherry says, this is my second. I didn't have a ticket for the first one. Look, I'm telling you. And if you're in a free summit like this one, make sure you go and you get all of your freebies from all the different content creators. They work really hard on those to try to give you things that are going to help with crafty inspiration and just making this hobby a little more fun. So be sure to grab those before the day is over. Nicole says, hi, thank you for the amazing kit. I really like the 2 cards. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I love a fun fold, right? Anything that's going to be a little bit different where somebody's going to take it out of the envelope and think, how'd she do that, right? How did that work? That's my favorite, but I want it to take about the same amount of time as a regular card. I don't know about you all. I have a couple of kids running around. Honestly, I hope there's not too much background noise. My kids are being pretty well behaved right now, but everyone in the neighborhood decided now is the time to mow their lawn, which is bizarre to me. It's almost November and we're still mowing. Oh, thank you so much. Any other questions people have? I would love to know, what are people's thoughts on a Valentine's Day kit? I haven't made one in a couple of years. If you're looking for one and you go back, not last year, so 2023, I had, I think, 2 separate Valentine's Day kits, and they were big ones, and that was back when I didn't do really big kits. But I wonder how much we need Valentine's. Like, maybe that's just a mini kit for like people who have kids, or I take Valentine's to work. I think it's a lot of fun to leave little funny notes on my coworkers' desks. I'm a teacher and I have some absolutely amazing coworkers. Um, and then like December is always a weird time to be making kits because I'm still, it feels like Christmas, but most people, it's too late for another Christmas kit. And I can't, Valentine's Day in December just feels so weird. So that's probably in January. Paula says, I would love to see baby kits. But oh, her grandson's 3 days old. Congratulations. That's very exciting. I have a couple baby kits. Did we do one this year? This year or last year? I think there's 2 baby kits. So if you are looking for particular themes for kits, there's a couple of ways to do that. If you just go to my YouTube channel, right on my homepage, so youtube.com/@Sassy's LLC, there's a search bar that isn't the big YouTube search bar. It's the one for my channel. And if you type in baby, right, you'll find any baby themed kits that I have, more or less. There is also then in paid membership, I have a $5 a month tier that has a database you can search by sketch or by kit theme. And then if you go, there's higher paid tiers that will help you search that way, but then you can also just direct download the kits so you don't have to go back to the video and find the kit and do the thing. So there's definitely different options, different ways to find those things. But honestly, just go to my channel homepage and start there and see if that works for you. Oh, Valentine's Day is on a Saturday. It could be busy. Honestly, my husband and I don't go out on Valentine's Day. We call it Amateurs Day. We're amateurs too, to be clear. We don't go out that much. So we usually go out some day near there when it will be less busy. Nicole says, I was late, but did you already tell us how you got the idea of making these kits? So I was running a very different version of my business. It's called Sassy's Cards and Gifts. And I was a craft show person, and mostly I made jewelry, but I loved making cards. And so those were sort of like in this corner of my jewelry booth, and I was making emergency cards. And so I had all my cards on display. They didn't have sentiments on them yet. The sentiments are interchangeable. They're all the same size. And so then I had sort of laid out, hey, you buy a card, you can pick 4 sentiments. And non-card makers didn't get it. Like, it took way too much explanation for a card that cost $4. But card makers would wander into my booth and they were like, this is brilliant. I'm going to do this. How do you make these and print them? And how are you doing this? And so I made a really brave choice 3 years ago to quit going to craft fairs and just start sharing those kits on YouTube. And I didn't know if anybody would like it. I think I had 70 people following me on YouTube, and I posted my very first kit. And within a month, I had 1,000 people going, are you going to make another one? So it started like that. I was making them for me. I was making them to sell. And then I thought, you know what? This is something to give away. Let's see. What did I miss? So Sherry's looking for, she went to Amazon, 110 pieces. Sherry, that's a great question. And if I had planned ahead, I would have grabbed the papers back there. Ooh, wait. Is this it? You guys, I printed on like the cover sheet for that paper. Oh, it doesn't say. Sherry, just message me or email me and I will send you a direct link to the one that I use. But I think there's 100 pieces in it, right? And it's usually like $8 or $9. It's not super expensive. Sometimes you keep an eye out for Black Friday during Amazon Prime Day deals. I think you saved like 50 cents or something. Oh, I might be lying. I might be lying. It might be like $15. I buy 2 different kinds. I've tried the presentation paper option that comes in a 50 pack. Lynn from LV Handcrafted, who's also in this summit, recommended that one to me. And it also prints beautifully, but I think the paper's a little yellower. So I still like the koala one. I think hers was more like 9 and mine's like 15 or 16, but it's double the amount. Joyce says, I like the fun full design. I mean, yeah, the goal is to give you a design you can use for all the different occasions, and just hang on to the instruction sheets. And then I just like mix and match later on and make tons of cards. Oh, holidays for a daycare have got to be an absolute delight. My kids are getting so big, you guys. They have birthdays in the next month or so. And it's slipping away. Uh, Thanks, Sherry. So Kathy says, I may be the only one here. I'm always looking for ideas for sympathy cards besides flowers or religious. There are at least 2 sympathy kits on the channel. There might be 3. So I would, again, just go to like my channel homepage and type in sympathy, and you should find some free printable sentiments there. Carlos says, a couple years ago, I read about a woman who sent a card to women she thought might not ordinarily get a Valentine. You did that. I love that. Yeah, I think giving cards to people who aren't expecting it, like it's so much fun. It's delightful. And then a couple of years ago, I made a bunch of cards and I took them into work. This was right as I teach it at a college. We were all coming back from the pandemic and we had survived our first year back. And I just left them in the break room and I was like, give a card to a colleague, right? Just give people a little pep talk. They are still on people's desks. I walk through the office and I'm like, oh my goodness, like they've kept them. They're, in important places on their desks. It's so much fun. Excellent. Yes, please look up the sympathy stuff. Those are hard cards. Those are very difficult cards to make, to send. And sometimes a card that's got a flower that's sort of your typical standard is great, but I get through hard times by laughing. And so please know my sympathy kits try to give people an option for that. If those sentiments aren't for you, I promise there's a variety in there as well. Sandra's asking for more inside sentiments. You know what? I should do that. I really should do that. I haven't done it in a while. Some of the older kits have like an outside sentiment, and then there's a whole 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel you can put on the inside. Anymore, when I do an inside sentiment, it's usually like on the circle sentiment page, and you'll have the outside sentiment and a coordinating inside sentiment, especially if there's a joke or a pun or something like that. And so it's just sort of standard like that. I would love to know if people would like more of the 4 by 5 1/4 inch panels for the inside. Because I certainly can do that. Definitely. Yeah. So Tammy says there's lots of lonely people in nursing homes. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions for me? I think we have just a few more minutes. The watercolor technique. Yeah. So we did a little bit of watercoloring on some of our cards to add actual shine. Watercolor or a glitter brush or anything. Like, I love pattern paper, but I also love all those handmade accents. And sometimes I want to step up that pattern paper. And I just think watercolor will take you a really long way in adding real shine to something that just had printed shine on it before. I would love the 4 by 5 yes. All right. So I will be looking at maybe adding some more inside sentiments for you. Sherry says, I have sending most of my craft roulette cards and others to Cards for Kindness. That is a fantastic organization. I actually released a Cards for Kindness kit in May. So again, on my channel, you can just look for Cards for Kindness, and it has sentiments for the themes that they request the most. And if you're a paid member in my Patreon, there's even a bulk download of the other kits that are Cards for Kindness kits, because I want to make that easy for people. Oh, excellent. Monique says inside panels as well. Brenda, I'm happy to share. Absolutely happy to share. Oh, good. Kathy likes inside sentiments too. Well, fantastic. That's definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely check out on the 1st of the month. I am collaborating with another content creator who does freebies. I can't tell you more than that. But we're doing a huge collab in November. So check my channel on the 1st. I hope you're going to love it. I'm so excited about it. And I'll add in some inside panels for that one for sure. All right. Anybody else? Last questions before we wrap up today? Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited. I'm on Craft Roulette on Friday. If you guys are Craft Rouletters, I'll be the special guest crafter. And I'll probably drop a few more hints because I cannot help myself. I can't keep a secret, but I try my best. All right. So Sherry, yes, there's a full kit coming out the first Friday of the month, but I'm actually releasing part of the kit early on the 1st of the month in November for the collab. So look at both of them. I can't say more. It's going to be great though. Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This has been an awful lot of fun. If you have any other questions for me, you can reach out to me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm in all the places. And if you ever have suggestions for kit themes or kit sentiment wording, I love to hear that from people. It just helps me to make sentiments that are more useful for more people. Oh, excellent. We've got some new friends here. Well, very good. Thank you for hugs. It's so great to see everyone. I think Laurel's in the background for us. Laurel, if you want to help me say goodbye to everybody.
Time to say goodbye. Let's see what's next. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking time from your day. Next up, we have, I think it is Lynn, LV Created at 2 p.m. So you've got a 30-minute break from anything live. If you want to go like eat something or go to the bathroom or do a little laundry or do whatever. And then we'll be back here live at 2. Then after that is a live class with Justine for paid ticket holders. And then we have one more speaker Q&A with Shanty Art Creations at 4. Not
Excellent.
goodbye. That's right, Sherry. It's not goodbye. It's I'll see you in a bit.
Yes.
Let's go with that. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.